you want to chock your front wheels. Loosen your lug nuts while the car's down. So it's easier to loosen. Jack the car up. Get your jack stand under there for some safety. And then you want to loosen your lug nuts all the way. I had to smack my wheel a few times. I kicked it. Some sort of rust was holding it together, but through a few smacks it came off. So now the brakes are fairly easy. There's only a 12 millimeter here at the bottom for the caliper. So that's a 12 millimeter, and then you can actually grab the caliper and pull it up, and at the top there's a rod, just a rod, kind of a guide, and you just push that backwards. It slips right off, and then just put it off to the side. Now the rear's got 2 bolts, 17 millimeters. You kind of have to get at them from the inside of the car. They're a bit tough. If you don't have a power tool, you can just get a ratchet back there. There's one top, one at the bottom. They're a little hard, and then the brake, I don't know, assembly will come out. Now you can use that 12 millimeter to pop the rotor out. You just screw it in and it should push it out, and then smack it a few times and it pops right out. And then you want to check the diameter of the rotor, make sure you got the right one. And you can pop the rotor back on, and then you want to put the lug nuts on so it centers the rotor a bit better. And again, the lug nuts are 21 millimeter. So that just helps with the centering. And then at this point you could paint your calipers and paint this brake bracket. You can clean it. I got a wire brush to it and just cleaned up some of the brake dust, spider webs. Nothing big, just a quick clean. And I popped the new brakes on. So once you have the brakes, you could put the brake pads on after or before, it doesn't matter. Then pop on the rear 17 millimeter bolts and then tighten those back up. I didn't really torque these, just snug them up. There probably is a torque spec for these, but I kind of ignored it. I just hand tight. I always double check that they're tight with the wrench. And then you want to, at this point you're pretty much ready to put the caliper back on, and you just want to get your brake tool and compress that caliper. I think you could just push it in, and I was twisting it, I'm not sure. Just find a way to push that in. The manual says you can bleed the brake a bit and it'll help. And then you just tighten that 12 millimeter at the bottom. Take your lug nuts out. Put the wheel back on. And at this point you just want to tighten the lug nuts. You don't want to torque them all the way. Just tighten them. Once they're tight, you take your jack stand off. Drop the car. And then at this point you can torque them. I torqued them to 75 foot-pounds. Online it seems like it's 75 to 85 foot-pounds. You don't need more than that. And that's it. These are the tools I used. Quick job.